Auburn football has their new defensive coordinator as late last night. It was announced DJ Durkin taking over the defense on the Plains for Hugh Freeze. I'm not going to be surprised at the mixed reactions to this hiring. Because on one hand, on the football sense specifically, when you look at Durkin's resume, guys, I'm surprised how long he was on the open market. I'm surprised he was not scooped up sooner, right? When you look at his track record, was it Texas A&M previously served as their defensive coordinator and linebackers coach? Has spent time with Ole Miss, the Atlanta Falcons. Of course, was the head coach at Maryland. We'll get into that more in just a second. Was it Michigan as the DC? Was it Florida? Was it Stanford? Was it Bowling Green? He goes all the way back to Notre Dame back in the early 2000s as a GA. But this is a guy, being in the industry over 20 years basically, that has earned the reputation of being one of the best defensive minds in all of college football. And so from purely a football standpoint, I think this is a great hiring by Hugh Freeze. I think this is a great hiring for Auburn football. You know, when we think about Hugh Freeze, we think of the offense, right, and scoring a bunch of points. But you look at even just last year, it was the defense that kept Auburn in football games. It was the defense that got Auburn to a bowl game. And so while I am expecting Hugh Freeze on the Plains to obviously get things going on the offensive side, not sure if it's going to be with or without Peyton Thorne. That's a topic for another video or another conversation. But in the meantime, you want to make sure you have the defensive side shored up. You're putting your best foot forward. And I respect the hiring, guys, because let's just go ahead and talk about it and tackle it. The dark cloud that surrounds DJ Durkin. Is he worth that? Is he worth the drama? Is he worth his past, his baggage, if you will? But what I've learned, guys, in college football, and I'm sure many of you have as well, your past transgressions can and will be forgiven if you are elite. And I'm not telling you that's right, that's wrong, what have you, but your past transgressions will be forgiven if you are elite. The reason DJ Durkin's career did not end after the Maryland situation, which in case you missed it, right, on December the 2nd, 2015, he was named the head coach of the Maryland Terrapins, right, led the team to a bowl game in their first year, his first year as head coach in 2016. Then things got sideways. There was a scandal involving the death of a player, right? Reports of a toxic team culture. And DJ Durkin was effectively fired midway through the 2018 season. Now, I don't have necessarily all of the details on what happened, but if you look across social media, you talk to folks, there is this feeling that DJ Durkin was solely responsible. I mean, guys, here's the bottom line. A player on Maryland's football team died on DJ Durkin's watch. Whether it was his fault, it wasn't. He was the head football coach of that program. That's never a good look, no matter how you spin it. The only reason DJ Durkin has been able to come back and coach and even be remotely successful is because he is elite at what he does. You know, we talked about the Texas A&M staff last year, guys. We talked about it was an all-star staff. Names on names on names. DJ Durkin was one of those. So, and I think you're seeing from Hugh Freeze. For Hugh Freeze, it's all about winning. I know people are going to scoff and question his character, but it's all about winning, man. It's about wins and losses. Hugh Freeze is not going to get fired at Auburn if it happens because of some things that happened years ago. I also think, guys, what this screams to, and I respect this, Hugh Freeze is a guy who's getting a second chance in the SEC, right? And I know that DJ Durkin's already gotten his second chance, but I think Hugh Freeze, the way he is wired because of his path, because of his journey, I think he is much more likely to take a chance on a guy like DJ Durkin, sit down, have conversations with him. Forget the football stuff. The football stuff speaks for itself. But looking at the man, looking at the person, I think Hugh Freeze is a guy that says, you know what? People wanted to write me off. People didn't want me coaching in the SEC. People thought I should have faded into oblivion. I'm not going to do the same to you. And you're an Auburn fan, you got to trust Hugh Freeze and his decision-making. And I think that's fair, right? Innocent till proven guilty. Don't hold somebody accountable. Don't hold their feet to the fire for things that have happened in the past. You got to trust Hugh Freeze, his decision-making, that he's making the right decision. Is it a bit of a risky hire? Maybe. But Hugh Freeze sat down with DJ Durkin and decided it was a risk he was more than happy to take. And from the football side of things, purely the football side of things, Auburn fans should be ecstatic because you're getting a damn good one. One of the best defensive minds, in my opinion, in all of college football. And all of a sudden, as we look at the landscape of defensive coordinators in the SEC, Auburn now features one of the very best at their disposal.